Hey everybody, this is Rorree. Today we are going to talk about a topic that I am sure has affected all of our lives in some kind of way. We are going to talk about breast cancer. I have a few statistics that I'd want to share, and then we'll go into some tips and some strategies that we can use to try to prevent the onset of breast cancer. So first, I got some statistics from the American Cancer Society. So here's some cancer facts from 2013. African Americans and Hispanic Latino women are more likely than Caucasian women to be diagnosed with cancer, and they're also diagnosed later in later stages of the cancer. And on top of that, they usually have larger tumors, and their tumors are usually more aggressive. Now, the other thing is they have a poor prognosis. So when I read all of that, I was like, good grief, why? Why is this? What is it about these nationalities that are so different? Are we eating something different? Are we wearing something different? Are our lifestyles different? Are our stress levels different? I don't know. And the research, the articles didn't really get into a lot of that. I'll let you know what they said in a few moments. Breast cancer incidence is lower among Asian Americans and Pacific Islander women than it is for white or Caucasian women. So those were some of the facts. They listed a few other nationalities, but I won't go into all of the nationalities so that I don't bore you with a whole bunch of data. However, the African American population, they actually have poorer survival rates than white American women. So African American women have poorer survival rates, and white women are more likely to get breast cancer. However, African American and Hispanic Latino women are more likely to die from breast cancer. So, and I'm sure that has something to do with the fact that the African American women and Hispanic and Latino women, they find out later on, and they also have larger, more aggressive tumors. So these were just some facts that didn't make me feel so great as an African American woman. And I have just been looking, sometimes I'm on social media and just, friends of the family members. I'm just seeing these people struck with cancer, and they're getting younger and younger and younger. But, no matter what age, I'm seeing them diagnosed with cancer, and then in a minute, they're gone. And I'm like, what can we do to prevent this? This is getting ridiculous. Is it the food? What's going on? So I thought we do need to talk about this. I saw a young lady on Facebook about 2 weeks ago that passed away, and pretty young girl, 40 years old. I'm like, good grief. I have a girlfriend that had cancer, and she had a rare form of cancer. She is a survivor, thank God. But, and this happened to her in her early to mid 30s. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. I have another friend that has a form of cancer, and she's, it's a rare form as well. But she still has it, but, I think, I don't know what stage it's in right now. She has leukemia. But the cancer has really affected me in a way where I just want to empower us as women to do something about this. I'm very proactive. I feel like, if there's something we can do to prevent it, then let's do it. I know, once someone has it, that's another journey that has to be taken, but let's try to prevent this. So let's see, what were some other facts that I saw? Some of the reasons that the American Cancer Society mentioned were that some ethnic groups, they don't get mammograms. They don't inspect. They don't do self examinations. And what else did they say? That was just it. They just it was mammograms and self examination. So there's got to be more to it than that, because when they do go, they usually find out that they have cancer and it's in the later stages. So there's got to be more to it. So I'm going to give you some pointers that I have known about for a very long time, things that I have implemented into my life for years, because I have a grandmother who passed and she had breast cancer. So I don't have all the answers. I have not done all the research. I'm not professing to be a scientist, a nutritionalist, anything like that, but I'm just going to let you know what I have learned in my travels. Let's see. One thing that I do know that I have observed is that some industries are actually allowed to give us a little bit of toxin and a little bit of poison and maybe a little bit of plastic. I'm sure y'all know who I'm talking about there. A little bit of carcinogens. They're allowed to feed us this in our food, in the things that we use. We get a little bit of stuff that's a little bit toxic, in our products. There's a little bit of toxins here, a little bit there. Oh, a little bit won't kill anybody. But I'm just wondering if we're having too much of a little bit from too many sources, which is creating the malignant tumors in our bodies. I'm really wondering about all of this, and I look at medication, and I look at different things that we use, and they say, oh, it just has a little bit of this in it, and then 10 years from now, or 10 years from the time that they say it was okay for us to consume this, then there are these class action lawsuits, and you hear these commercials, hi, I'm from Walter and whoever. And they're saying, if you've ever experienced XYZ from ABC, then give us a call. There's a class action lawsuit. And I'm so sick of hearing that. I have friends that have deformities from medication that their parents took when they were pregnant. It's just ridiculous. I am sick of it. So you guys, we really have to be mindful. I know that the industries are allowed to feed us garbage sometimes, but we have to pay attention and really step up and stand up for ourselves and be proactive in this fight against cancer and breast cancer. The first thing that I want to talk about that I learned about some years ago, maybe 8 to 10 years ago, I kept hearing about deodorant, and I perspire. I mean, Lord, I could wear everything, okay? I could wear Degree. That was the last deodorant that I used to use that had aluminum in it. I used to wear Degree, and it was the best to me as far as an antiperspirant was concerned, and kept me feeling the freshest. And I mean, there are a lot of antiperspirants out there, deodorants out there that really, really work, but that was the one that worked for me. And my only issue was that most of the deodorants and antiperspirants have aluminum products in them, and I started learning that aluminum was not really good for your lymphatic system and for lymphatic drainage. And I kept hearing all this information and reading this and reading that, and I went to a place. It was a natural place, and it was called the Optimum Health Institute. And while I was there, nobody wore deodorant but me. And I was like, really? And y'all don't smell or anything? Okay. And so, they gave me pointers as to how you can cleanse your body to prevent yourself from having, lots of odor. You can remove hair from your armpits to prevent odor, and you could use natural products. So then my mother shared that she hadn't been using deodorant for years, and I said, well, you know what, I'm going to release deodorant. So at that point I released deodorant, and thank goodness I was cleansing my body anyway, and I haven't returned to deodorant since. Now I decided to look into what is aluminum all about, because there is conflicting information out there about the aluminum and deodorants and antiperspirants. And actually they say that there is no conclusive research linking the use of underarm antiperspirants or deodorants and the subsequent development of breast cancer. So there is no concrete, conclusive research that states this. But then in the next breath, they say, but the results have been conflicting. So that sounds like, first you say it's no conclusive information, but the results are conflicting. So to me, you might have to, make your own decision on that. So I decided to proceed on the side of caution. So I still do not use deodorant no matter what they say, because all I need is for 10, 20 years from now, the results become more conclusive and they're not in favor of deodorant. Now, that may or may not happen, but let me read to you what I saw on the National Cancer Center, the National Cancer Institute, NCI, saw on their website. It says, aluminum-based compounds are used as the active ingredient in antiperspirants. These compounds form a temporary plug within the sweat duct that stops the flow of sweat to the skin's surface. Some research suggests that aluminum-based compounds, which are applied frequently and left on the skin near the breast, may be absorbed by the skin and cause estrogen-like hormonal effects. Because estrogen has the ability to promote the growth of breast cancer cells, some scientists have suggested that the aluminum-based compounds in antiperspirants may contribute to the development of breast cancer. They use the big word may because it's inconclusive. We're not positive. But, it's enough information for me to not really want to use deodorant. Now, I am not trying to ban deodorant, okay? You can use deodorant if you want to. One of the things that they said was if it's applied frequently, maybe you don't have to use deodorant every day, or maybe you can use it and then wash it off. I don't know. It's absorbed into the skin. I don't know. But, maybe you can alternate. Maybe sometimes you could use some deodorant. Maybe sometimes you could use some cornstarch or something. I don't know. Or something natural. I really don't know the solution to that. I know people who will not quit deodorant for anything. And that's fine, because I don't think it's just the aluminum in the deodorant that creates the issue. I think we have a compounding effect going on. I believe that it's a little bit of this, a little bit of aluminum plus a little bit of the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is parabens. It might be a little bit of that. A paraben is used in cosmetics, it's used in food, it's used in hair products, it's used in pharmaceuticals. And let me tell you a little bit about this product or chemical. A 2004 study reported that, a 2004 study supported the belief that parabens build up in breast tissue. And they actually found parabens in 18 of 20 samples of tissue from human breast tumors. However, this study did not prove that parabens cause breast tumors. It just proved that, they were in there. The chemical compound was in there. So, parabens, I believe, I'm not positive that parabens are in deodorants like the aluminum is in the deodorants. It may be, it may not be, but I know that they are in hair products, they're in skin products, because I kind of look at what I am purchasing, especially for me and my daughter. I look at the ingredient list, and if I see parabens, I'm more apt to not get the product. And I look for paraben-free products. There's a store that I go to called Lush. That's where I get my deodorants from. And I buy a few different types of deodorants, and I vary it up, and and I get ones that smell kind of nice, and they're natural products. So I go there for that. They have natural lotions and moisturizers that don't have parabens in it or other chemicals that might be adding to this situation with the breast cancer. That's one of the stores that I found that are really awesome. There are plenty of places though where you can find natural products and things of that nature. Anyway, so let's see. Parabens. Okay, so back to parabens. Now, when you look on the ingredient list, you should look on the ingredient list of shampoos, conditioners, lotions, hair oils, hair creams, hair grease. And whenever you find these ingredients, be mindful of it, because this is one thing that's adding to everything else that's going on. You know, you may have some carcinogenic things in the foods that you eat, or, you know, you just never know. So I really want us all to try to cut back on the things that we know may be adding to the growth of the tumors, to the breast tumors. I found some stores and some product lines that have paraben-free products, like Trader Joe's has paraben-free products. Most holistic or natural stores, Whole Foods, My Organic Market, most of the stores that have a line of products or that sell holistic things have paraben-free products or more natural products that have more natural. They may not even be all natural, but to me, to go more natural is better than mostly chemical. I found some product lines like Shea Moisture. I love Shea Moisture. So, and I am not all natural. Everything that I use is not natural. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just do, you know, as much as I can, because I'm not a fanatic, you know, but I do as much as I can to cut down on things that could create breast cancer, especially since my grandmother had breast cancer and has passed away.